Show me connection, YouTube. We live? Where's my analytics, YouTube? Show me that we're live. It says live, but it's not showing me the analytics for it, which is weird. Anybody out there in YouTube, are we live? Hey, Rastafarius. Am I live on YouTube, though? Do you see me over there? Usually I get a big old graph with analytics and stuff like this.
By an act of sheer will and determination, Tristen was able to MacGyver his audio setup, so we are back.
Oh my god, what a mess. Sheer will and determination, as in I unplugged it and plugged it back in. What's up, everybody? Say hi to Tsuchikage. He's hanging out there in the bottom left side of the screen with a half-naked, very, very wet Festivita.
You know, it's kind of chilly over here. Hello, chat. So I needed something more, something to warm me up a little bit.
That'll do it. All right. Happy Mola Monday, everybody. Hope you guys are having a good one, free from Monday technical issues. I hope I took care of that for you. Okay, check the TTS. Let me see. Guess who I took from Headhunt? Still work in progress. Don't judge too much. Hang on. Let me pull it up so that I can judge. Everybody's like, judge not lest you judge and all this stuff. And I'm like, nah. I'm a very judgy person. Let's see what we got here. That's a lot of wasted stats and crit chance and effect resistance. So it's definitely work in progress. You got to get those last two awakenings. Yeah, I mean, she's not going to kill anything. She'll survive, but she's not going to kill anything. She'll kill the most squishy stuff with a soul burn. Work in progress, though, man. Add about like add about 1,000 attack to her and about 50 more crit damage, and you'll be flying. And you can easily do that if you get the right stats. You just got to get rid of all those wasted stats. Change that 15% attack on the weapon to 14%. Sorry, 15% effect resistance on the weapon to 14% attack. That's a good start. Change that 13% effect resistance on the on the helmet to, I mean, really, yeah, change that to, I would say 14% attack or 11% crit damage, one or the other. I wouldn't mod the helm, because that helm is, or the armor, that armor is really heckin' nice. You just need to roll better armor for her. Find something with a metric F ton of crit damage for the armor. And
you're missing out on a very key thing, unfortunately.
What am I missing out on?
Look at the crit chance.
Well, that's what I said. He's got so much. Oh shit! Yeah. Well, the 4% crit chance is that big a deal. The neck is what's killing him, right? He's got 20% crit chance. It's like 35 wasted gear score, 33 wasted gear score on that neck. She desperately needs a better neck and a better ring. Yeah, I mean it's all suboptimal gear. Huh?
She crits well enough that he can probably just change maybe the sword and the helmet as just a starting base.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he just got her. It's an 85 helm. He's clearly just like starting out and doing what he can with her, and he's heading down the right path. You can get away with 85% crit chance. I think to maybe don't worry about the speed so much. If you're going counter build early on, just go with base speed. And also, if you can't make her work on counter, go Destro. Destro is a much easier build, and though counter is better, Destro is still a very effective way to run her. A lot of high-end players still run her on Destro just because it's easier gear score requirements. Yeah, she's definitely a work in progress for you, buddy. She's got a while to go before she will do things for you, but you're heading the right direction. Also, Kefnet, thank you for the resub 13 minutes ago. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man. When it comes to building Bystander Huayan, she's a marathon unit, so you'll be fine. But Tristan, back to your earlier point about technical difficulties. Guess what's live today, right now?
Oh yeah. What's
Yes,
live?
sir.
What's live right now?
For the low price of 2 hours of your time, you can play Guild Wars.
Did they actually get Guild Wars fixed? Kind of missed it. Have we gotten any of the rewards for the past missed Guild Wars?
Oh no. I don't know who gives false dreams more, Smilegate or another organization we don't want to talk about.
All right, guys. I got 200 taints to cleanse because it's a Monday. Let's see if we can get something better than the garbage that's currently on the screen. No. Come on, game. Come on. How did I know it was going to be a stupid box? No, it is garbage. I am not keeping it. Yes! We're good. Everything else can go badly the rest of this month. We've got 50 leafs. There we go. The true double S tier. All right. We really just need it. It's got to be a double S for me to take anything. It cracks me up that Smogate thinks those boxes are S tier. And it annoys me because it's one extra button to click through. God, that's awful. That's even worse.
Thinking about this system, Tristan, how would you feel if they added some sort of a wish listing type, like stacking mechanic, where after a certain amount of time, you're guaranteed to get an S after so many spins?
I would be fine with mostly I would use the wish list thing to never ever have it suggest these pieces of garbage again. These really need to be moved down to the A tier so that it's more reasonable for what they are, and it doesn't hassle you with the, are you sure you want to get rid of this thing that's objectively worse than literally everything in the A tier, even the 4 to 5 star tickets. It really annoys me that these are up here just because it's one extra button click to go past these dog shit boxes.
Man, not to pour any yellow stuff into your Cheerios, Tristan, but if they move them down to the A tier, they're just going to appear more.
Yes, but it won't say, are you sure you want to skip these awful things? I wouldn't mind them jumping up so often if I didn't have to say, yes, I want to throw them away. They are not worth keeping every single time. At least add a do not ask this again button. And speaking of buttons, guys, we're here. It's time for the selective summon. Remember, I told you guys this is not a free 5-star. All this does is let you select somebody to put on the stool. Those of you who recruited somebody thinking you're going to get another one, I'm sorry. I put half dozen videos up trying to warn people about this. But Rat, be gone. Make way for the Queen of Discipline. There she is, guys. On the stool, ready to go. Damn, she's fine. Let's bring her home. Oh my god, I one-tapped an ML5. Headhunt also counts as a summon. Does it now? Do they change it to it counts as a summon now? How interesting. Let me check that. Because I can actually check that. Let me see.
Your attention, because I saw what they said.
Let's see. It should show right here under journal. Because it didn't used to, right? Like, when I summoned Pirate Captain Flan from the Headhunt last year, you'll notice it says none of them have been summoned. So how about Arya? It does. Look at that, Suchi. They're counting it as a summon. That is fantastic. So yeah, you could headhunt a dupe and get coins. How nice is that? Well, that is
we're confirmed that we get coins though.
It shows one. Yep, it shows one has been summoned, and if you summon something you already have summoned, it procs coins. So yeah. You would get coins now. If I pull an Arya tomorrow, at least I get coins. That's very nice. Is she good? Yes, she's very good.
Let the record show Tristen sacrificed a rat with a job for a jobless disciplinarian. Just saying, he has his priorities in order.
Let me tell you about this rat with a job.
And speaking of a rat with a job, with this new set that's coming out, she has even more of a job.
Here you go, rat with a job. How many rats with a job do I need? I've got 2 rats with a job here, and then I have got 17 ice shoes. But I have nothing. I have no greater number of ML5s than Last Rider Crow. I'm almost in the double digits of Last Rider Crow being pulled.
Oh man, Tristen, you have military grade ice shoe infestation. I love it. When one breaks, you just grab another one.
Dude, have you not seen my ice shoes? It's freaking amazing.
They are legion.
$17. Hell's Angels crowd. No, it's Rat Pack crowd.
Just 3 more, and you can take over a small country.
True. Plenty of room for more. You shut your dirty mouth, Beardy.
Oh, there's always room for more.
Okay, the game was nice enough to give me an Etika Scepter for my wish list yesterday. What do we get today? Don't worry, it's gonna crack. It's gonna crack into a 5-star. You guys just watch. It's totally it's gonna be a Terran Norgard. All right, show me something sparkly from the greens, or just give me a Helga. That works too. I think I'm pretty much done with all of this stuff. Yeah. How's your guys' Monday been going? Hey, Terran Norgard's great. You know he's going to pull that helmet off one day. He's going to be like this long, blonde, flowing locks redhead under there. Or blonde or redhead. Yeah. I think Terran Norgard's a waifu. You watch.
I'm under the camp that he looks like Ryan Gosling, but, you know, don't quote me on that.
How many of Urvalin have I pulled? 10 or 11. No.
Nina Warrior Princess Terran Norgard. You know what? I'll support that. Get it in my veins. But it has to be season 2, Xena.
Sorry. Put that out there. We got 3 Leafs and 300 conquest points for the arena issues. For arena being closed for damn near an entire day and everything that went down, we got 3 Leafs and 300 conquest points. That don't seem right.
Tristen, you're failing to realize the best part of that, Tristen.
Mm-hmm.
When they go in and take back the things that you earned, that 300 is going to get taken.
Yeah.
So you might as well just keep it in your inbox. Did we get 30 leaves? I think the 30 leaves were for something else, though. I think the 30 leaves were for all of the issues that we were having.
Maybe.
Specifically for arena, that was the 3 leaves.
I should put this on. Oh, wait, we got to RC8. Shit, I blinked and we're there. Okay, so RC8. What are we going to do differently here? We got this one. After a night here, use Nox skill extends the debuff durations of the target by 1 turn. That could be good for Senya. After a warrior uses skill 3 grants increased crack to buzz. Sold. And increases attack of mages by 50% and uses skill 2 before extending the debuff duration of target. Oh, I bet we can free run solo with this one. What do you think? Can we free run solo with this one? Let's do the barrier in this one. See if we can free run solo it.
Wait, is it indicative on a skill 2 being used?
She always uses her skill 2.
You know how Smoky is with their
I know.
wording.
We're about to find out. Which one do we use? Do we use... Should we use fast free? We probably use fast free run. Let's see. Who stole your helmet? Was it this or was it this? I think it was 4K 300. I think it might have been. It was this. Yeah.
Well, Death Scythe, is that the case? Then Tristen got scammed out of 27 leaves.
Let me look. Make sure I didn't click through and miss it. Hang on here. Received. Apologies. Oh, you know what? It was. I saw the 3 and my brain missed the 0. So yeah, 30 lease is not bad. The 300 conquest points is kind of bizarro, but yeah. Yeah, but why would I watch a Mori guide? All right, let's see if this works. I guess we'll see if we need to leave her skill. We probably turn her skills off. We just want her to use that S2 all the time. So there's a hit, and there's the S2. We don't have any way to drop the debuffs, though. We're just going to be forcing our way through it, right?
Pretty much.
Taking lots of injury. Nope. I just like figuring stuff out for myself.
Nope, it looks like you do need someone to at least bring down the tentacles.
There's the non-crit. Oh, no, the crit one. There's the crit. There's the crit one only works on warriors though. But yeah, this is way too slow.
Yeah, you're not even past 14, so you're not even doing any appreciable damage, honestly.
I mean, it's working though. Was working.
Yeah, free run doesn't have a skill 2.
Okay, I thought the extra attack was her skill 2. I thought the extra attack was what was in her passive. I guess I misunderstood it. No, the extra attack is Volzabel.
I think that's just for Ludwig and Vivian. Because if you put Vivian on the EE, that gives her the CR push.
Well, instead of Senya in the front, now that we get an absolute nuclear hit from Wukong, why don't we ditch Senya? We'll still run Asaria. And we'll still run Schneal because he can have his skills off. And how about... Maybe we could try Alencia. She's a warrior. Gets that nice double hit. Build her with no crit.
Does the boss have in their kit that they deal more damage to the frontline unit if they're not X class?
I don't know. I'll look in a minute, but I want to try this. The reason I like Alencia is it lets me... When is the newest area coming out? Either the 1st or 3rd week of February. Probably the 1st week of February. No, not mid. It was expected early, but possibly 3rd week. Let me see. Replace, recommended, no. Let's see. You're an HP scaler, so HP up, crit down, bulk up, search, no. Less crit.
Or imprint, Tristen.
No, I know. Still adding a lot. Not imprint, but EE.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And we'll change this to, I don't know, this one. And see, the reason I like, oh, goddamn inventory, all cluttered.
Wait, why not put Alencia on Uberius too, since her S1 is a 2-hit?
Yeah, we could try that.
Ooh.
The tournament was great, man. We had a blast. Where is Booberous Tooth? There we go. Okay, so the advantage of this is I can turn everybody but Wukong's skills off. Whereas Sen, you need to have her skills on before, and this will guarantee that the reset goes into Wukong. And if the reset guarantees goes into Wukong, then it should be 100% full clear in one turn. And we do need to change that mage controller there, don't we? Good catch, Frequency, good catch. Okay, back to this and to this one. I'm doing pretty good, Mortem. Pretty good. Do you think SG will skip the next rotation and put Asari in? I think... Where did it go? I think right now she was scheduled to go into effect on the 12th, but they're changing the rerun banner to 2 weeks, so I think she's going to drop on the 5th. Now, they could do another 2-week rerun banner and have her after the 19th. Some people think that she's coming after the version update, and that the version update will be something themed to Asaria, so they can work her into the story. That's possible, but we also know that the version update is going to coincide with the Orbis Gladiatorium, which is a whole-ass new story. And I think they're going to have whole-ass new story, whole-ass new units. So I think they made this rerun short, made it a 2-week rerun to push her back to the 5th so she can still be part of the current story, because she is part of the current story. So I think she's coming on the 5th. But we won't know for sure for a few weeks yet. She's either coming on the 5th or she's getting pushed back to the 19th with 2-week long banners. Let's hope that 2-week long banner thing isn't a what do you call it, isn't going to be the new norm, because that just going to make it even harder to save up for your what do you call it, save up your mystics for the free to play. Ooh, 17k. Oh shit, who died?
Nothing of value
was lost. Nothing of value was lost. Harsh.
It's the truth.
No, this isn't, we're going to need to do something a little different. We'll have to beef up our Alencia. And I think we might need to go to Touch of Rekos instead of Guardian Ice Crystal to give an extra heal. Yeah, the barriers heal. The barriers definitely helped. I think we might still have a 1-turn clear. We definitely had a 1-turn clear if Asari was still here, because we get one more reset. It's going to be tight. 7, 6. Ouch. Ugh. How hard? How hard? It's not gonna be enough.
And you have a Serial on the Song of Stars, correct?
Maybe.
Are you only bringing the Alencia for the defense break?
No, it's just a one-turn defense break. I was just bringing her for some extra damage. What would be good in her place? You know, we could put Schneel in the front, run a tank Schneel. We just need somebody else who brings. Oh my God! Is it? I mean, we could do this. Not Hecate. Near real unit. There we go. Runka.
Hecate slander. I love it.
Let's see. Bologna doesn't do very much.
The defense buff from Schneel is actually pretty nice.
I would need to leave Bologna's skills on for Bologna to work well.
Not if you put her on another giant candle. You'll have the 50% chance on the S1 to land the defense break. And then as the stack goes up, you'll eventually S3. Something to test.
Yeah, we'll try it next. The nice thing about Runka, though, is she's guaranteed no crits, so it's just more chances to do her stuff. Where's that Hecate artifact?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to this unit, Tristen. One day last year in January, she just disappeared off of my account. It was the oddest thing. and then I just see her pop up wearing pink, and I was like, oh, well, hello.
What do I think about Warfare Tenebria in PvP? I think it's a waste of a Warfare set. What's Tenebria get out of Warfare? She's got no skills to reset. You mean Tamarin? I think you maybe you meant Warfare Tamarin, right? I think Warfare Tamarin's pretty fun tech. Oh, we didn't get the defense break. That's okay. Let's see if we can get one without getting the defense break at the start. If we can get a one-turn clear, golden. You know what we can also do with Bologna is we could put her on Bloodstone.
For this fight, this fight doesn't have an affix that stops you from receiving healing effects outside of skills, does it?
Nope.
Like,
nope. If it did, we would be totally fucked. Because Guardian Ice Crystal wouldn't heal anybody. I do think we look at the damage across the board is pretty even. I think we need Touch of Rekos. It's going to be more healing, more consistent healing. Okay, defense break and target. Oh, how hard is this going to hit? No reductions. Show me a big number. Ooh, 210,000 damage. Holy crap. This is definitely the way, I think, just with Touch of Rekos to keep us all healthy. Oh my God, he's going to do it again, Suchi. He's going to do it again.
We believe it. We believe.
Here he comes.
Come on, monkey man.
We got mitigation. No 200k damage this time, but still probably 180, 185. God damn. Burn is viable now. That's let's not go crazy and say Fern's viable, but some people find ways to use it. Still isn't quite kicking out at a one turn. Though we didn't get that defense break at the start. The defense break at the start, I think we were definitely a one turn clear. Let's fix the artifact and see if that makes this consistent. Pursuit Bellion. Tell you what, guys, let me do this one fight, and then you, me, and Suchi, we're gonna go over all the units and build ourselves a little tier list on who can use what's good, what's bad, and what's stupid.
They're so antsy. Oh my goodness. Hello, chatters. Everyone wants to pick your brain, Tristan. It's okay. Everyone wants to get underneath that hat.
There's not much left of it, man.
Hey,
I hate that I can't get much speed out of Warfare. Yeah, out of Warfare. Yeah. I think that's the big thing that's slowing its use down on a lot of units. You do give up a lot of speed.
Malgate will release a unit whose speed scales on their HP. Trust.
We reset the monkey man again. Pop. Man, so much RNG from a Runka. It's like, what, 50% chance for you to get that double hit? 188,000 damage. Just roll 25 speed. I wish, man. I had a heartbreaker last night. It was shoot, what was it? 21 19 K2. It was 19 speed at plus 12, guys. Actually, I can just show it to you guys. Look at the look upon my works, ye mighty in despair. That last roll went into that flat defense, and I just curled up into a little ball in the corner, hugged my knees, and cried. How we doing over here? 5 bars left. 5 bars. Nice. 4 bars, 3 bars, 2 bars left. Holy shit, guys. I think this is going to be a pretty consistent one-turn clear with a Runka. Yep, it'll go right there alongside my half dozen other 23 speeders, but at least it's on pursuit set. It could have even rolled a 2. Even a 2, it would have been a 25. Could have been my 1 out of 5, man. Man, with 4 turns left, this full cleared with authority. Touch of Rekos is the way. Since we're not using Senya to get the bears and stuff.
No,
and yeah, Senya in the front should still work. I wonder if Senya in the front will be better. All right, guys, let's not get sucked into another 5 hours of Rift. I'll get up like a half dozen different RC8 teams soon. For those of you who want to farm past RC8, I have no idea why anybody in their right minds would want to farm Rift over Otherworldly, but here we are. Yeah, the mage control doesn't work with free run, but you can force it. I'm pretty sure you can force it. It just seems inefficient.
Free run with no crit. Yeah, build free run with no crit. Put her on Fairy Tail and turn her skills off.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it. It just seems really inefficient. All right, guys. So the big stir lately is the otherworldly sets. Who even uses these, especially the pursuit or especially the warfare set? A lot of people are struggling to find uses for war sets. There's kind of obvious ones, and there's some others that are maybe not so obvious. And pursuit set increases additional damage by 20%. So that's the magical pop damage that happens after you do your damage, then a little more damage happens after it. That's pursuit set. It impacts artifacts, it impacts skills. It does not impact dot damage, so it does not increase the pop damage you get from bleeds and burns and bombs. But there are other things that it does increase, like the pop damage from Magic Nail or Rupture, because if you read those skills, those don't do damage based on attack or damage, it just says does additional damage. So those actually work. So let's get into what units in the game can use warfare and reversals, or warfare and pursuit set. Where is my... So guys, we got a nice little tier list here set up for you. We're going to talk about warfare set, units that are best in slot for war set. Like, it is legitimately, there's no better set than warfare set. And then we're going to say warfare set can be used on them. What this means is you can use it, but you're going to have to shake hands with the fact that you're giving up on something, right? You're sacrificing another set that may be better, or you better have a cracked warfare set to make up for the things that you're losing, putting them on warfare set. And then we're doing the same thing for pursuit. Best in slot, and then it's good, but you got to rationalize giving up other things. And then because pursuit works with artifact, we're going to put that pursuit's usable on these units if you have a specific artifact. And then we're going to have the special tech or MLM tier. This is the tier where people say, I do this, and in very certain situations, it's insane, but overall, it's not going to work in most situations, but it's very good in these niche situations, or just people are being utterly stupid and saying, well, I'm just going to force it because I think it's funny, even though it legitimately makes my unit worse. That's our special tech / MLM tier. And then we're going to have a tier down here at the very bottom for units that give special skills, special effects that will add pursuit set because of the effect. Spoiler alert, Magic Nail, for example. So Chloe will go down here. In fact, let me just put her down there real quick. Where are you, Chloe? Chloe. Here. So like Chloe gives Magic Nail. Chloe doesn't need pursuit set specifically, but if you give Magic Nail, that is a status effect that everybody else who's wearing pursuit set can suddenly cash in on. All right, guys. Suchi's here to help me out because this is a lot of skills to remember and go through. This is a lot of units, and a lot of them have little hidden passives or buttons to push, and it is not as easy as just, oh yeah, this one definitely does it. So Suchi's here to hold my hand and make sure I don't miss a step on any of these skills. You ready to go, Suchi? Suchi!
Ready as I'll ever be. No frame. No
don't leave me hanging!
You get your preamble out.
All right, so much like Magic Nail impacts pursuit set, so does Curse. So I'm putting Abigail down here. She indirectly doesn't need it, but if you get a Curse debuff up, pursuit sets will impact the pop damage that goes into Curse. Now, here's a crazy one, Tsuchikage. She doesn't have anything in her that does pop damage, but she is a knight. Is there any crazy wild world where people are going to put this unit on 3F? Or Senya's artifact to try to get some pop damage?
Honestly, I would more than likely put her on Senya's artifact because the moment that Yufine S3s, she immediately gets that boost to her attack from her defense and her HP. So I would probably put her on Can Be Good, if anything. But that's just my opinion.
I think there's no way you're running this unit on anything other than Holy Sack or on Elbrus. I'm saying if you're doing that, it's a very special tech. I don't think it's a good idea. But that's
Vic Guild War video incoming.
Vic Chun Guild War, yes, right. Okay, so tech pick. If you want to put her on 3F or something like that, go for it. Speaking of stupid, right? Okay, hear me out. This is how you know somebody's selling you some BS. Hear me out. You put Afternoon Soak Flan on Seaside Bologna's artifact, and then you get a Rangar special drink pop damage, right? Surely. Anybody tries to sell you that, please don't listen to them. They do not have your best interests at heart. We tested this, and even though it's a debuff, the way it's written, Death Sentence does proc on this. Now, you might be saying, but it already does 50k damage. Why would I care about 50? Why do I need 60k? Isn't 50k enough? Well, maybe you're fighting against Maid Chloe or Fallen Cecilia, and it cuts that damage in half. Now, instead of doing 25k damage on Pursuit, Ainz is doing 30k. For all of the 5 of you that are out there using Ainz Ulgones, I'm saying it's best in slot on them, because what other set are you going to use in its place? Aki has no real use for Pursuit. Okay, she does have pop damage on her S1. Or no, but it's kind of small.
But you also artifact as well.
I'm just gonna put it on here. It's usable due to artifact, and that's pretty much it. She does have pop damage on S1, but mostly it's her artifact. And I don't think anybody's left in the world that's running Albedo on 3F, but we'll leave her there. Alencia has no use. Tywin, no. Ahmed doesn't. Apoc doesn't. Aram doesn't. Grab me if I miss one. Aramintha doesn't. Arby doesn't. Oh, okay. She has pop damage on her S1, right?
Indeed.
Yeah, she does. She
extra attack.
Yeah, you're right. It's her extra attack, and a lot of people run her on Fairy Tale for a Nightmare. I think it's good. I think it can be good. I'm not entirely sure it's her best in slot, but I think it could be really good on her. It's partially artifact. Without Fairy Tale for a Nightmare, I don't think her own pop damage is enough to make a difference. Okay, Architect Leica has no use. And when I say no use, I mean no use on these sets. Same with Hua. Okay, I'm going to put Arya down here in artifact dependent because Arya on Fairy Tale for a Nightmare is a pretty legit tech. But if you don't have her on Fairy Tale for a Nightmare, you're not going to get much out of her.
I agree with that as well.
Arunca.
All the places that you use Arya in PvP.
Yeah. I mean, Arunca is always on either Uberus or on Hecate's artifacts, so I think she's definitely usable with the artifact. There's nothing from Astromancer, Ball, Baiken, Basar, Bihu, Bellion. I don't think there's any unit in the game that is like closer to the front of the list than Bellion when she is on 3F. If she's not on 3F though,
Yes, usefulness falls precipitously if she's not on 3F.
This is regular Bologna. Nobody puts regular Bologna on drink. Benny Maru, Brigida,
Unit even do.
Blood Moon Haste. Blooming Litica doesn't have any pop damage. Neither does Kana. Ooh, okay. Right behind Bellion, I think. I think Bellion, it's more important to have Pursuit on with the artifact, whereas Boss Arunca, I think the shift from Rocket Punch to Proof is starting to tip in favor of Proof now.
Yes, I do believe that after Lionheart Sermia's buff, which just made her very good into extra attack,
in fact,
dual attacks, counter attacks, she's just skyrocketed value, and that basically just destroyed any use cases for Rocket Punch or the free-to-play version of Rocket Punch.
Yeah, I know I'm reaching for my Proof version more often, so I'm actually going to move her below Arunca as far as like how important the set is on her. Okay, I'm going to get some pushback on this one, guys. Briar Witch of Sarah. Everyone's telling me she's best in slot on this because of her pop damage, but her pop damage is tiny, right, Suchi?
It varies. It's not even worth anything. Majority of the units that you run on Torrent, they'll survive her pop damage on her S3 and S1.
Yeah, I think giving up immunity or even Torrent on her is kind of crazy. So I'm going to stick her in the MLM tier. I mean, it's a smarter MLM, smarter tech pick than these two, but it ain't that good. Brieg, nobody puts Brieg on night artifacts that pop. Okay, Biblis. Does Biblis not have extra damage in her kit?
She does not unless you run her on drink, I believe. But let me just confirm that for you.
Are you actually going to run her on drink, though? Because I'm already heading down here with it, if that's what you're going to tell me.
No, I'm not running her on drink. I'm just saying there was a week. There was a week when drink was buffed.
You don't want Barunca without immunity? You're not my mom. Don't tell me what to do. Okay. Bryceria with Rangar's special drink. That's absolutely wild and still belongs down in the tech pick area. Bystander Huayang has no real pop damage. Nobody gonna put friggin' 3F on Cecilia. Celine has no pop. Cerise, Sermia, Charles, Charlotte.
No.
I'm putting it all the way to the right, man. For the Charlotte lovers out there, this one goes out. This one goes out to you, Skole. You put that girl on 3F or even Senya's artifact, and you go to town on people. Let the haters hate. It's right up there with Albedo. Chu, no chance. Charles, nope. Guys, we have our first Warfare set best in slot. I think anybody that has considered what this set will be like when combined with a ROM and superhumanization in Guild Wars, have fun winning your fights, guys. I think Dark Corvus, it is best in slot with a bullet. Okay.
Someone who's been on the receiving end of this, I concur.
Death Dealer Ray. I think it is... I'm going to say it. I think it's best in slot on Death Dealer Ray because his S1 does additional damage based on the injuries on the opponent. The more injuries on the opponent, the bigger the additional damage pop is, and that damage pop, the injury isn't what procs it, it's the additional damage based on injury, and that expands based on pursuit, and you really don't need any other secondary set on Death Dealer Ray. I think pursuit set is wicked good on him.
I know this is killing you, Tristen, now that you have to take him off of Unity set. I know, but it's okay.
Oh my God, you're right. I'll have to take him off Unity set. Never mind. It's MLM. You put this guy on Unity set.
There we go.
Oh shit. Oh, you're killing me, Suchi. Okay. Nothing for Desert Jewel. Lilibet doesn't really have anything. Yo, Spectres, thank you for the super, buddy. Sensing ML Light Aseri is going to be a Warfare user. Big whopping S3 that is broken with reset. You know, you are very likely right. And thank you for the $5, buddy. That's going to buy me a pizza today. And I like me some pizza. Nothing for Destina. Nothing for DN. Sadly, nothing for the girl I just picked up. There is nobody in the world that's running this girl on counter set and fairy tale, right? That just doesn't exist. Nah.
No.
That's so MLM, I can't even put it in the MLM tier. Ooh, Dragon Bride Senya. Now here is a pursuit user with a bullet. I'm still going to put her a little bit behind. Actually, no, you can S3 her twice now after it changes. I think pursuit set is the way on Dragon Bride Senya. I think it's best in slot. She self-cleanses, so you're not worried about immunity that much. Yeah. Okay. So Dragon Bride Senya is another one who, like Chloe, is down here in the gives an effect that activates pursuit set. So when she gives the blue buff to everybody, the what's it called? Crap. Somebody give me the name. Cascade. When she gives the Cascade buff gives additional damage to everybody that hits. So everybody on the team with Pursuit set is going to do pop damage. Since you know she's going to be giving it, you could argue that Cascade is good on her as well, or Pursuit set's good on her as well. But remember, you're just going from 4,000 to 4,800. It's not knocking it out of the park, but she does give an effect that procs Cascade.
Great man, a buck is a buck.
Yeah, buck's a buck, right? Ida is not. Nobody's putting a warrior already on Ed that gives pop damage. Nothing for Elena. Nothing for the goat or Elfelt or Elvira, Amelia. Okay, now this girl does have a very similar pop damage to Ray. It's based on the injury done. She doesn't stack up the injury nearly as fast as Ray, but she does have pop damage. But I think running Ilanov without immunity set is the best way to get your whole ass team sealed. I'm just going to put down here.
Without a shadow of a doubt, I concur.
Yeah, so I'm going to put her down here in the it can be good, but you've got to remember when you put Pursuit on her, you're getting the same benefit as Ray, that pop damage on the S1, but you're giving up immunity, and you've got to accept the fact about how that makes you vulnerable in PvP and account for it. And if you can work around those things, then yeah, it can be really good on her, but I don't think it's as good. I don't think it's good enough to say it's best in slot. What pizza costs $5? Hot and ready. Pizza tasting like cardboard. Okay, what else we got here? Hi there, bud. How did I get into Epic 7? What kept you playing this game for so long? Do you like any other non-gacha games? I was playing a game called Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. About 30 of my friends there. We were in a big group. We had not really Discord, but it was the forums over there. We all hung out together and like, you gotta try this new game. I'm like, nah, I'm good. And then they drugged me over kicking and streaming, and the rest is history. You know, my whole community moved, so I moved with them. And do I play any other gacha games? Non-gacha games. I play Path of Exile, Path of Exile 2. I don't have a lot of free time, guys. And what's kept me playing so long? People like you guys. It's the community. It's what I mean, the graphics and animation and stuff, that all gets us in. But it's the community that keeps us here, right? Hang on. Who the frick was that? Wasn't my doctor, was it? No, it wasn't. Good. All right. Ervelyn. Ervelyn has nothing that procs any kind of additional damage or need for warfare. Neither does. Okay, Fairy Tale Tenebria, it's just artifact dependent, right? She's probably one of the better artifact users, but it is truly just artifact dependent.
Someone who doesn't have her, I agree.
Faithless Litica. You guys, any of you guys remember way back in the day, back when we used to walk uphill to Guild Wars both ways in the snow, and we were happy to do it, and we used to run drink on Faithless Litica? I don't think anybody does that anymore. Oh my God, Tsujikage. Tell me nobody is out there with 3F on Fallen Cecilia, right?
That's Tristan, I respect you enough to not lie to you, but it's not good. We have to admit that it's not good. Everyone.
I'm going to stick it down in the MLM tier at best, man. I think is a very dumb thing to do. It's not as dumb as doing it to Abyssal Youth in your afternoon soak flam, but it's pretty heckin' dumb. Okay, Fene. No real boosts from Fene or from Fenris. Okay, Fern might be the first warfare set. Now you're giving up Riposte set, you're giving up Destro set, so you're giving up the nuclear Fern and the counter sustain Fern to get a Fern who can S3 right out of the gate. And that's actually pretty insane. If you're trying to cleave with Fern, I think it might be best in slot, but you are giving up other builds. So I'm gonna stick her down in the it can be used. I'm not gonna go as far as saying it's best in slot on her, but I think it can be used on her. Do you concur with that, or do you think I'm crazy?
I do agree. I feel like when it comes to this specific set on Fern, it becomes a Gear Score Kingdom type unit.
Holy crap, Anthony! Thank you so much. I get pizza with extra toppings and a drink. You rock, man. Thank you for the super. You guys are the best. I think this one comes as no surprise that Festivita and all of our pop damage is one of the best pursuit set users out there right now. So no need to even really go into that, right? Flan has no use. Frida has no use for it. You know, I got ready to say there's no use for it, but I heard a horror story yesterday about people putting Freerin on Fairy Tale for a Nightmare as a Guild War tech. Tell me that that's just a scary story and it's not actually happening.
It can't hurt me. It cannot hurt me. It does not exist. It is a myth, just like Janua on what is it? Rihanna and Luciella. It is a myth, Tristan. Do not make. Oh no.
It is MLM for sure, guys. And somebody trying to sell you something that they know is bad to convince you to try it. Oh my God! But yeah, I've heard stories of people putting Fairy Tale for a Nightmare on free run on defenses to screw people over who try to use damage limit units to kill their free runs. I think it's a bad idea, but you know what? There are no bad ideas, only bad execution. Speaking of execution, Fumir, unlike Freerin, this mage could slap with that. I think it might be best in slot on her because I can't think of what other artifact you might use in its place, or what other two-piece gear set you would use in its place on her, except maybe hit set. And I think the extra pop damage might be worth that 20 effectiveness. It's better than on
the fact that she
better than on Ainz, at least.
Yeah, that's saying something.
Can someone explain how Pursuit is good for DDR? When DDR S1s, he does additional damage based on the injury that's on the unit, and that additional damage is magnified by Pursuit set. The more injury you do, the more it does. And we were talking about when we had one injury proc from Ray, just one injury proc, he went from doing... I wrote it down. He went from doing 11,700 damage to 12,800 damage. It was an 1,100 damage increase on the pop damage. It was crazy. It was definitely worthwhile.
Well, to put that into context for some people, Tristen, if you remember probably last year, if you S1'd a Spirit Tholin with your Death Dealer range, survived with 102 HP. Now she's dead.
She's dead. Oh my God, Mother God, this might actually be dumber than Freerin on Fairy Tale for a Nightmare. Ras on 3F. Again, this is a Guild War tech that I've heard passed around like it's, you know what, Freerin's still dumber. This is a Guild War tech for murdering people in Guild Wars, and it is not something I recommend anybody do anywhere, but I have heard it be out there, so I'm going to put it down in the MLM Guild War tech kind of category, just so nobody says, no, actually, Tristen, you put her on 3F and you kill everybody on the enemy team. It's amazing, because it's not. It's just bad. Guard Captain Crow. Now, GCK does have some pop damage, right?
Some is overestimation. He has pop damage in his S1.
Yeah, and it's teeny. So it's only 20% more of already teeny pop damage. So I think convincing people to farm it for him, if you want to put him on there and say, hey, $1's a buck, you go for it. But I think it's just such a small amount of damage that I'm going to stick it in the MLM tier. Because it's just put any other set that will help him kill things, right? I don't think it's worth it. But if you put Harsetti on Fairy Tale for a Nightmare, you can actually do some stuff with her. So I'm going to stick her right here beside Arya, who is also a Fairy Tale for a Nightmare user. I think there are just better artifacts for her. I'm not sure there are better artifacts for Arya, but it's possible you could get away with Pursuit on her if you run Fairy Tale, artifact dependent.
Yeah, I feel this set is 2 seasons too late when it comes to Harsetti. Like, just think back to when Spirit Tholin was running the meta. Everyone was running Harsetti on Fairy Tale to S1 into the Selene and Popper. Isn't really prevalent nowadays.
All right, nothing for haste, and the Lady of the Hour, Hecate. Now, Hecate clearly gains benefit from Warfare set, but you're giving up, the chance to run a Giga Super Fast Opener, which is kind of a tech that I've seen up in the legendaries of Guild Wars. You're getting rid of running her on Triple Torrent for being nuclear in Guild Wars. You're giving up all of these other sets to get her on Warfare set. How worth it is it, Suchi? Is it really best in slot or just something that can be used?
It's best in slot, in my opinion. Honestly. But for individuals who are cleavers, you're still going to want to keep her on speed and torrent. However, for individuals that want to play more of a standard play style, you can always use Warfare. Shoot her up to the front of the line, and she can S3 nuke somebody that's under about 35k HP.
Biaco's yelling at me in all caps in Discord that it's best in slot, and if I don't put her up there, he'll fly to the States and punch me in the face. And Biaco is taller than me, so I'm going to leave her in best in slot.
Tristen, let's do this. Let's give her the Dragon King Shroom treatment, and let's just duplicate her.
Oh, you know what? Because she is going to be, she's going to be good on Pursuit though too. So we need to duplicate her, right? I mean, well, the Pursuit's just because of the artifact, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, I can't put her in both. It's either best in slot or it's can be used. And I think we're finding that it is just her truly her best in slot. It's, even if you're cleaving, to be able to push that button right out of the gate. You are going to need a pretty cracked one, though, to make up for all the damage and speed you're losing. You're giving up a lot of stats for the luxury of pulling that trigger. So make sure it's a good pursuit set. And as for Hecate, yeah, I think she's right at the front of usable due to artifact. Is he taller after I have my hat on? No. We can't say it's best in slot because Hecate without her own artifact, it doesn't work. So we're going to put her right at the front of, you know, good due to artifact. Okay, Lua gives an effect. What's her effect called?
It's challenge.
Huh?
It's the challenge buff.
Challenge. Right? Yes, the challenge buff. Yeah, and that allows other units to get the proc, or that allows her to get the proc with the challenge. It's such a small amount. It's such a small amount that it just doesn't really matter. Holiday Euphine. I guess there's maybe like 5 people out there who might be putting Holiday Euphine on Uberus.
But then wouldn't that constitute as MLM?
Yes. Yes.
Put it next to the people that run it on guide.
I'm going to stick it right here. It's just dumb. Don't do it. Be better. What do you run on Hecate when she's not using her own artifact? I don't know. Ask people who didn't pull her artifact. Probably. I mean, if she's not running her own artifact, she's running Tooth.
Yep.
Speaking of Tooth, Hua Young, and Hua Young is not just artifact driven; it's her driven, and I think it is. I think it's even better in Fumir. I'm gonna stick her right here in the best in slot range.
That is.
Yeah, you do run both. That's why I've got her here, and I've got her here. She's under both. What's MLM? MLM literally means multi-layer marketing or multi-level marketing, and it's basically a pyramid scam. Somebody's trying to convince you to buy something they know is shit so that they can profit from it and you only lose out, right? So it's me saying, hey, do this build, it's going to be really good, trust. And I know it's really not that good other than in very specific niche situations that work for me. And then when you try it, all you do is waste your time and your gear and lose fights. Right, but it's kind of become slang in Epic 7 for bad advice. Like, for example, you need to put 100% crit chance on Charlotte because she might get sealed, and that way she can still crit even though she's sealed. That would be a really good example of MLM, right? There's a thin line between what is tech and what is MLM. It's a polite streamer way of saying it's dumb. Don't be dumb. Don't do dumb things. Yeah, 100% crit chance on Dark Corvus because you might get sealed, and then you could do insane damage with a crit S3.
Oh, Tristen, when ML Luna came out and everyone was putting crit on their Senyas and Elviras. Oh, yeah. My goodness.
Yep. Okay, so let me see. Ilanov is actually her injury pop damage similar to Ray's. I think it's really good on her. It's just that she's herself is not really good, so we'll move her down on the list. Ain't nobody on God's green earth thinks that Wukong is good on Uberus Tooth. I'm not even entertaining this as an MLM. If you do it, be better. Asaria, no. Jacko, no. Janua. Okay, Janua is interesting. What would you be giving up? Do you think it's worth giving up immunities and damages on Janua to have him have that pop damage, Suchi? Or do you think it's just... I'm leaning towards saying it can be really good on him, but I'm worried about what you'd have to give up to shoehorn it onto him.
When it comes, I feel like most people have switched their Janua's to immunity 2 set with all of the units, especially the Archdemon that can seal him first turn. So I would I put it in the same tier as just can be good. You are giving up immunity, so you have to then run him with a unit that's on Bastion of Prelucia or a ROM if you're going second.
Yeah. So the whole reason we're not putting him in best in slot is because of we cannot overemphasize the importance of immunity in a modern meta. If you've got ways to work around that, you're running Bastion, you got Immunity Giver, you got a Cleanser running on 2, something to make sure that that's not a problem, that he doesn't just get sealed away, go for it. But I'm just putting him down here as it can be good because it's best in slot if you make exceptions for how you fight to make sure he doesn't get hosed by having no immunity. Judge Kisei, no. Nobody's toothing Kisei. Sorry, that got me distracted. Kane. This isn't real, right? Nobody's putting tooth on Kane, right?
Wait a minute, sir. That got you distracted and not I'm going to put a Runka underneath a Runka earlier. That didn't get you distracted.
A little Runka on Runka action over here. Okay. Nothing for Mr. Kowarick. Fire Kron, no. Fire Ken, no. Judge Kisei, no. Nobody puts Crow on 3F. Okay, here's a unique one for you guys. You ready for this? This is going to blow some of your minds. Best in slot. Probably more important to have Pursuit set on Lady of the Scales than any other unit in the game. You want to know why? Because Smilegate's coding is wild and crazy, and you just can't predict it. When she uses her S3 and gives her buff that lets everybody do additional pop damage, it's a gold buff. It's not a blue one, it's a gold one. And gold ones are tied to the kit of the unit who placed the buff. And that means if any other unit attacks, it procs her Pursuit set as if they were wearing it. Right? So she S3s, puts abundance on the team, and then anybody on your team S1s, it's as if they're wearing a Pursuit set, as long as Scaly is wearing one. They get to borrow her Pursuit set and do additional damage through the buff, through her Pursuit set, not even freaking kidding. We tested the hell out of it, and it 100% works. So, you definitely want Pursuit on her because having Pursuit on her effectively means you have a Shadow Pursuit set on your entire damn team. Very good, Smilegate. Very good. I wonder if that'll get patched, but it's a thing.
It's possible.
Okay, Laya. Laya is a potential Warfare set user. She does have an S3, but the problem with Warfare sets, you lose a lot of speed. It does give some, but you lose a lot of speed trying with Warfare set, and Laya is one of those units I think you want to go first. I'm uncomfortable saying it's best in slot because you're giving up speed set. You will need a cracked, wicked fast Pursuit or Warfare set to run Warfare on Laya, in my personal opinion, to be worth giving up speed. Making a 280, 290 Laya is going to be tough. But you could make a slower one that can nuke, and as long as you're willing to make that concession, it can be really good on her.
Yeah, with this specific set, it's just playstyle dependent. I know that you primarily are a cleaver and faster style player. There are individuals that do run Laya around 250, 260. The same with the slower Lunas, just so that everyone's debuffers and things go first, and then the Laya then can cleanse the entire team. And then you have that type of speed tunings, basically.
How do we know that? We tested it, username. We tested all of these things. We were in Discord for the first half of the day testing a lot of these interactions, and that one is like, it blew me away, but it was totally there. There was a time way back in the she just got released days where we were putting Rangar's special drink on Greenlandy, and then we were using lots to cycle her and blowing things up in Guild Wars. Man, those were fine times, simpler times, good, the best of times. Nobody ever does that anymore. Last Rider Crow, one of the more prolific 3F users, although I think people have shifted him down to run Crown of Glory now. I'm still going to put him in can be used with Artifact, but I think it's almost kind of MLM that you run him on 3F anymore. I think everybody's putting Crown on him now. Nothing on Lethe, right, Suchi? Let me know if I'm putting anybody down here that has anything.
So with Lethe, I did think that she had additional damage in her kit, but
yeah,
looking at it further,
it was just pen, yeah.
Yep.
Because she was Dark Corvus without a cooldown, you know, or with a faster cooldown, and now Dark Corvus is just better Lethe. Oh, here's the girl right now. Once again, you're giving up a lot. You're giving up Destro set to put this on her and relying just on Golden Rose to keep her healthy, or giving up on the damage, but being able to S3 right out of the gate without having to have somebody counter you first, it's pretty heckin' good. I'm going to put her at the front of can be used. I am not sold that it's worth getting rid of the destruction set on her. But do you disagree or agree?
No, I have to agree. I feel like when it comes to warfare set for units like Lionheart, Sirmia, and Fern, trying to build them on the set turns these units into bystander Hua Young levels of difficulty. Just think about Lone Crest and Bologna's level of difficult to build.
Yeah. Yeah, it reminds me of people saying reversal set on Genesis Ross. It's like, yeah, you can do that. Or Genesis Ross, reversal set on Genesis Ross. You can do that, but it's got to be a cracked reversal set to make up for the damage you are losing taking them off of a destruction set. Because you're losing 66 gear score worth of stats to put that reversal set on them to get that trick. And I think warfare set on Sirmia is going to be kind of the same. You're giving up a ton of stats to force warfare on her, but if you can pull it off, it can be insane on her. Okay. Oh. The queen of pop damage. Here's the thing. You're going to have to run her on triple set because you got to have immunity and you got to have pen, and you don't want to give up either one of those to shove a pursuit set on there. So all of the people that are running Destro pen or Destro immunity, they're going to have to make a sacrifice or switch to triple set. I think on triple set, it's insane on her. But outside of triple set, I don't know. Calling it best in slot's rough because... I
can see the argument for best in slot.
I can see it too. I can see the argument for best in slot.
Just like with Lionheart.
Yeah. I don't know. It's play style and build. It's play style and build dependent. If you're going triple set or if you're cleaving, sure. But if you're playing her a little more bruisery, or you need speed set to get the speed, or you need destruction set to get the damage, it's going to be hard to shoehorn it in there and not make her vulnerable. So I'm just going to leave her. I'm going to put her at the very front though, like right at the front of the can be good column with a bullet.
Destruction pursuit at 180 speed paired with Ahmed to nuke out their dark unit.
Oh yeah, that would be wild. All right, Lone Crescent Bologna. Smilegate, please buff this unit. Do it for the redheads. I don't think... there was a time when we all thought she would be good on Uber's Tooth, but then she just became not good. I'm just going to put her down in the MLM. MLM? Yeah, I'm going to put her down in the MLM tier. I think if you build this unit, you're probably not running her on Ubris, and there's probably 25 or 30 other units you have that are better suited to a pursuit set than her, right?
Yes.
You're an unbeliever.
He keeps trying to tell me that the best girl is coming up, and I'm like, she's already been passed.
All right, so
we've the queen of pop damage.
Yes. There's no way this girl is not like near the front. Like, I'm gonna put her ahead
behind Senya.
You think behind Senya? I mean, Senya's conditional. She's going to happen. It's really tough.
You are correct.
If I could put Para on top, yeah, I mean, if I could put Para on top of Senya, then I'd need to hire a fan artist. But I think I'm just going to stick her right there. I really do. I think I'm going to slide her just ahead of Senya, because there are things you can do to keep Senya from doing her AoE, right? You can play around her passive as usually, whereas you can't play around Para's passive. Lua gives a debuff that activates pop damage. What's hers called? Beguile. Wait a minute. Elvira does Beguile too, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
Okay, so we rescued Elvira and put her down to that bottom stat. Okay, nothing much for Mr. Ludwig. For Lulaka. There was a time when people tried Uberous Tooth on Luna simply because it was Luna's artifact, but especially when her EE came out, that if she killed, it reset the skill, and then they found out that the Uberous Tooth pop damage didn't count as Luna killing and didn't reset her, and then everybody just stopped using Luna anyway, so yeah. Nothing for the maid. Okay, I would be remiss if I didn't stick this in the MLM tier. Slightly smarter than Afternoon Soak Flan, but slightly dumber than an Uberous Tooth Holiday Fiend, as an Uberous Tooth martial artist can. Definitely.
Yes. You wanna cleave with Elegos? Get clapped.
Yeah.
Spirit Eye Celine? Get clapped.
No, not really. Nobody's putting him on Tooth. Melissa goes down right beside Abigail because Fear or Curse does proc Pursuit set. So any Pursuit users will be happy to be run with these units on the bottom. Nothing really for Gala, Millum. I'm going to move this. God, we got somebody to go through. Move her to the very end because we don't really know. Mort, nobody's running Mort on a pop artifact or Mui or Nakwal or Landy.
Wait, Tristen. Tristen, what? Go back to Mort.
Back to Mort.
Young Senya and Mort's in the front, and he steps on you. Does young Senya give if he's on Pursuit, does that increase that damage?
It would, but that's a lot of ifs.
Okay, well then we'll put him in MLM.
Plus, it's a tech.
If he's wearing Pursuit, would it affect him?
Yes, it would affect him when he attacks. Yes, so we're putting him in the MLM tier, and the MLM tier is to pair him with young Senya. Speaking of MLM tier, all I've heard is, oh my god, Luna is so good on Pursuit set. If you are running Luna and you don't have her on immunity, I personally think you're trolling and you're making a significantly lesser Luna. But if you're playing her like slow on Etika Scepter with cleansers or people that can give her immunity, then yeah, Pursuit can be pretty wicked nasty with a good high-level Etika Scepter. I'm putting it at the very front of the tech pick. You are giving up a lot by taking immunity off this girl. Like, when she came out, everybody just basically said it. Immunity is required for Luna to perform properly. And even my Etika's build still runs immunity. But if you want to try Pursuit set on her to make her just ferocious with those S2 pops, go for it. Just be very aware of how significantly more damaged your unit's going to be not having immunity at the start.
Yeah, if your name's not KJ, Bob Jacksaw, or EX Jello, you can't make a unit that fast with speed and Pursuit.
Well, I mean, we're talking about running a unit like this, Suchi. We're talking about running, oh, wait. Derp. We're talking about building her like this, right? Running her relatively slow, super nuclear damage, and then changing the immunity out for Pursuit so that we can trigger Etika Scepter all the damn time and drop tons and tons of S2s and get wicked Pursuit or pop damage off your 30k health. That's a thing, but
I've never seen a Luna this slow before.
You're risking being controlled. Oh, it's nasty. You ever have to fight one of these? It's horrifying. I love my slow Luna. But yeah, it's I'm not going to necessarily call it MLM, but it is definitely a special tech, and you better know what you're doing. Triple set Luna? Ain't no way you just said triple set Luna. Holy shit. You know, that's possible. HP, pursuit, immunity, with lots of speed rolls. You might just have come up with my new Luna build. Okay. It's definitely a tech pick, though. Is not her normal build. 90% of the Lunas in this game are not going to want Pursuit set. All right, Lulakar doesn't really need anything. Neither does Opsig or Pavel or Pera or Plan. Remember, Pursuit set does not work off pop damage. She does have an S2 that's an extra attack that could proc Fairy Tale for a Nightmare, but I think you're always going to be running this girl on Abyssal or Book. So I don't think I would recommend it just for the pop damage. If you're wanting to do control or damage, you're probably wanting Book or Abyssal. Nothing for Ram. I mean, there's a level of MLM that's just so stupid I can't even put it in the list, right? Ran, Ravi, Ray, Rem, Rylet. Ooh, Rowana. Rowana's got a pop on her S1, right, Suchi? I seem to remember having a pop on her S1.
She does. I guess it could. I would put this probably next to Luna and MLM if you're running a triple set Rowana. But more often
why
than
triple
not,
set?
What
On
triple torrent?
I think either attack pursuit or double torrent pursuit. I don't know, man. I think not only is it good, it might be your best in slot because I can't think of any secondary set that I would replace with it.
Thinking it from a cleaver standpoint, how often are you cycling back into your Rowana's S1? And more often than not, someone you're going against, they're killing your frontline unit. So Rowana's kind of useless.
Oh, my frontline unit. My frontline unit's best frontline unit. I don't know. I just simply because the only thing you're giving up is maybe hit set. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say probably the hit set would go, and that would be.
I'm going to leave her there.
Attack pursuit.
I'm not putting her up here near the front or nothing. I still, I think she's pretty far hecking down on the list, but I still think it's a viable option for her.
That's notable.
All right. Rimuru, the original big nuclear pop damage. A lot of people missed the plot on this, guys. His S1, his 10k pop damage, it's single target. He ain't no 2025 unit. It's only single target 10k, and that will take it up to 12k, so it's good on him. I don't think you're really sacrificing anything by having it on him, but he's just not that usable anymore. Renak. Renak is probably second only to Scaly for being the most important pursuit set user. I don't think anybody's going to argue this because that's going to be what lets you execute annoying elf mages, right?
This is true.
Okay.
Wait, speaking of annoying elf mages, isn't Rimuru an answer to Freerun? Because he S3s her.
He always was.
He goes down to the 10k.
He always was, but then because then the big problem is then you have Rimuru on your team. Was that really an even trade, or was it just 1-for-1? Let me see. Riza, Rowana, and Robin, no uses. But we got a whole ass pile and nobody using it. Oh wait, Schneel. Schneel's got tons of pop damage. I think it might be I think it's best in slot on him since he self cleanses. There's no real worry about immunity. I think it's even ahead of Ray. I'm going to put him up here. Do you think that's a good placement for him in the list?
I do agree.
Yeah. School Yulha, no. Yeah.
Unfortunately, if this was before Sage Ball's buff, I would have said he was a good pursuit unit.
Yeah.
Because if he killed something, he did the additional pop. But nope.
Bologna is probably, short of Bellion, probably the most important pursuit user for artifact usage, even though she is not an important unit. Actually, maybe behind Hecate. Yeah, I'm going to put her there. Senya doesn't really need immunity. Senya's artifact and her S3 both give her pop damage. So I'm going to put her here towards the end because she is even more useless than Ilanov.
But more usable than Ein.
If some people are telling me that if you put Ken on Uber's Tooth with Pursuit set, he can just rip people apart. I'm like, okay, you go have fun with that. I am not buying it, but if it's working for you, then good job. I think it's dumb, so I'm putting it down here in the MLM tier. Let me see. So Setska. Oh, you know what? Setska gives a condition.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Oh, my boy Says has got to be insane, right?
Cleaver's dream.
I think it might be better than any other possible secondary set. Do you think we move him up? I think we might move him up.
If you're pairing with an attack bet, yes.
I'm going to move him up. In fact, I'm not just going to move him up. I'm going to move him up right into the middle of the line. You can just raw S3 with him and blow shit up now. I like it.
Cool.
Shaltir has nothing. Sharoon has nothing. Dien doesn't have anything. Huh?
Does Rupture count?
Rupture would be an additional damage one.
Well, then she would be...
so Dien has Rupture. You're right, so put her down here. Remember this bottom row, these units don't need Pursuit. These units allow Pursuit units to do more things. So this entire bottom tier is not, you should put Pursuit on here. This bottom tier is, if you've got Pursuit units that you're wanting to use, remember that these units give status effects that will make your Pursuit even better. Let me see. Shuna's nothing. Sigrid nothing. There's no world where anybody's putting this girl in Fairy Tale for a nightmare. That's wild. Oh my god. His S1 damage might be worse than Ken's. Is worse than... Yeah, you know what? This is the dumbest thing you could do. For all the nunsies that still use Soul Bad Guy, his S1 does have some pop... Or his S2 has some pop damage. It's pitiful. And it ain't worth your Pursuit set. Anybody tries to sell you that it is insane. Solitaria, on the other hand,
I hate it. Yes,
she might be one of the best artifact abusers, right? Only because of Fairy Tale for a Nightmare. I think right about there. Yeah, I think right about there. That feels good.
Middle of the pack.
Nothing for Sez, nothing for Tene, nothing for Celine, because Celine gets freaking everything anyway. Does Stark have any pop in his kit? He doesn't. Oh my god.
Someone that had to use them. Nope.
I thought when we talked about having Rangar's drink on Flan, we were being stupid. And then we got to Soul Bad Guy, and I thought, man, people are being really stupid. But there's going to be somebody. There's going to be somebody out there's like, oh no, Tristen, you put strays on Uber's Tooth so you can cleave Celine's. Please, nobody do this. This is like you clean your windows with your tongue level stupid. Don't do a 3F strays. I'm not saying this is the peak of MLM. Just so that you can try to kill Celine's with the pop damage. Absolutely insane. That is total scam. Teu, no. Same reason as Fire Charlotte, right? Actually, Summer Break is actually even better than Fire Charlotte to wear a pop artifact. Nothing for Tanib, or nothing for Saria, Flag Bearer. I'm not doing it. I'm not saying you can soul burn her to get the extra attack and trigger Fairy Tale for Nightmare. There's no heckin' way. Not on this unit. She would just die. You need the stats too much. Tehu Ask. Oh, here she is, guys. The new goddess of PvP. Probably the most important warfare set abuser in the game. You'll never convince me she is not number one on this set. We got Fire Tamarin, as if there's any other versions. Have fun, guys. Have fun cleaving with Tamarin. And for those of you who don't know, while she is in Idol's form, you can reset her skills. So with Warfare sets, you can immediately go into Idol's form. Then your Asaria can go second and S2 her, and then she's reset. So the instant she comes out of Idol's form, she can go right back into Idol's form. So you can get a whole 6 turns of Idled Tamarin if you run Tam and Asaria together. Absolutely wild.
Goodness. Tristen, I just got DM'd something disgusting. They said Green Asaria, Tamarin, and oh no.
And Aram?
Saria. No, Saria.
And Saria. Holy crap.
X3s, it's an extra turn, so oh no.
Oh, the horror.
Yes. Good job, guys. Good job.
The horror. Okay. Nothing really for Tenebria or top model. Oh my god, somebody is going to tell me to run a Pursuit Tori, aren't they? This is dumb.
Yeah, there's gonna put her.
This isn't Stray's dumb. It isn't Soul or even Crow dumb. No, it's dumber than Crow. It's right here. Yeah. You're going to give up a damage set. You're going to give up a torrent set to lower her HP. Double torrent Tori trust? No, Juan. No. Make it stop. That's the most MLM thing I've ever seen. But I don't think anybody will say it's MLM when we move Kayron to practically the front of the list. I think maybe right behind Renak. I think he's probably the third most important user of Pursuit set out there, bar none. And there's no other secondary sets that I care about replacing to put it on him. It'll make his Twister Fister hit so damn hard. Now, some people out there might be saying, what about Warfare set on Kayron? It doesn't work that way. Warfare set reduces cooldowns. It doesn't automatically fill focus and fighting spirit bars, so it has no use on Kayron, unfortunately. MLM means multi-layer marketing. It's basically somebody selling you a pyramid scheme, somebody convincing you to do something that might work for them a little bit, but they know it's not going to work for you. It's just a bad idea, and in the end, you're going to come out a loser for trying it. Tywin has nothing. Ooh, the rat. The rat, big bada boom. I think that's giga important. I think it's more important than Senya. I think it might be more important than Para, because it'll affect
metas. Yeah, she's right there with.
It'll affect her S1 as well as her giant rat gun. It's unlike Para, which is selfish. This hits everybody. I like this. So yeah, nothing for Vildred, nothing for Violet, nothing for Vivian. Which grants Rupture, so I'll put her down here in the gives a status effect that procs the skill on everyone else. Okay, this is gonna have to be a split one, right? Because she gets the pop damage, but she also gives it to the frontline unit. So it's gonna be best in slot on Senya, and it's an effect that she passes on to other units. Savvy?
Wait, doesn't this basically negate the buffs to FCC and Maid?
No, those cut the damage in half, and Pursuit increases it by 20%, so you're still down 30. So if you were doing 10k, they cut it in half, so you're down to 5k, and then you add 20%, you do 6k damage.
Oh, it's added after the fact. Oh, okay.
I believe it's after the cutting in half. We'll have to check. You'll either do 6k or you'll do 7k. It depends if it just depends if it's additive or multiplicative, or how. It just depends where it is in the order of operations. We'd test it and find out, but yeah, It reduces their effectiveness, but it doesn't eliminate it. Okay, none of this. Reflect damage is not additional damage. Okay, so he is saying the numbers are combined. So they cut it in half, and then they add the 20% on, and then that damage multiplier is applied. So you do 7. If you were supposed to do 10, the presence of both, you would do 7.
Okay, perfect.
The reduction and the increase are additive. Thank you, Cookie. Yuna. I'll say there's a world where you could run Yuna on Drink, especially since Yuna's own artifact is no longer good on her. I don't think it's a great option, but it's an option. Nothing for Mr. Zahak. Nothing for Mr. Zeno. There's no way you're putting Pursuit Set on Zeo and then putting him on Fairy Tail. Don't tell me you are. That's dumb. Giselle, no. Okay, Karena does have pop damage built into her kit, so I think it's not just Drink. It's actually in her kit normally on her S3. So I think it's really good on her. You're giving up immunity, though. You're giving up immunity on Karena. Is it worth giving up immunity to force it on her?
I mean, there's so many things out there that AoE strip anyway that ignore ER.
I'm just going to say it can be good, right? You're giving up either immunity or defense set, which is kind of necessary for stacking, but it can be really good on her. Doubly so if you run her with her artifact. It's not like anybody runs Karena nowadays anyway, right? Okay, let's see what else we got. Nothing for Giselle. Ooh, what about Winter? It would impact Winter's pop damage for sure.
That's the pop damage on the S3 that scales, correct? With each level?
Yeah, I think it'd be
work with the scaling.
I mean, it's the damage, and it would increase it by 20%. Whatever the damage should have been, it'd be 20% more. I mean, what else are you going to be running on Winter? The biggest, he nailed it, right? The biggest issue with Pursuit Set on Winter is then you have Winter on your team.
It's the Rimuru effect all over again.
It'll be great for the 3 people still using Winter. Oh man, the Winter slander. Okay, we're gonna move along a little quicker now because we're in the 4-star units, and there ain't a lot of 4-star units, so nothing for Acades. No. Yeah, you know what? For counter cleave with an artifact, I think this could actually be pretty good for anti-cleave. Just to get a little bit extra pop damage on your arm, and I think you're probably still going to want to run. What's that artifact? Elbrus. But I think Armin's one of the best anti-cleaves out there for the AoE units like Ran.
Oh, yeah. But she also. The Elbrus does give you an extra chance to proc your counter, but it's like running Elbrus on Mort.
Yeah, but if you got 3F or better yet, Spear of what's it called? No, Rocket Punch is single target only, and her attacks are AoE. Spear of New Dawn, I think, has attacks. She's defense scaling, so it just depends which you can get higher, her HP or her defense. It's okay. Let's be real. I'm coping so hard that these Uberus Tooth ML Kens are starting to sound reasonable. So let's just put her down there.
He talked himself out of it.
I did. I talked myself out of it. Like, don't be the thing you hate. Nothing for Fat Cat, Sid, Kali. No, not really. No. Champion Zerato, I think, is best in slot on Fairy Tail for a Nightmare, so I'm going to situate him right beside Arya for a Pursuit user. For those of you that still use this guy.
Tristen, Nightmare Lab is gone. Put him away.
Shh. The people enjoy things. Sid, no. Reflect damage does not count, so it won't work. Artifact dependent, right? I mean,
it goes with the Charlottes.
Yeah, down here with down above the Charlottes. I think above the Yuna too. Nothing for Tyria. Nope. Nope. Kawana, she has got pop damage, but it's right down here with Soul Bad Guy for being so pitiful that it's just not worth your pursuit set to do it. Kawazu, no. Kitty, no. Zuna, no. She is a defense scaler, but she's a debuff unit more than anything else. She's not really a damage dealer, and most of her shit's AoE anyway, so no rocket punch there. No. Okay, new Kid Auden.
Fantastic.
Is you think it's best in slot? Is it worth giving up?
Best in slot.
Worth giving up
Yes.
all the other sets? Worth giving up immunity? Worth giving up torrent? Worth giving up pen?
With how frequently with the amount of units that give vigor in the game right now, best in slot.
Okay. I'll stick her right here.
I can always.
I think you're giving up a lot to do it, but I'll concur unless chat talks me out of it. Chat, best in slot or just really, really good on Naked Auden? See, that's what I was thinking, Vanguard. Anyone else?
That soul burn AoE, the AoE pop damage, I'm just saying.
Yeah, pen set only works on a single target. Okay, we'll just leave her where it is. Nothing for Peacemaker, nothing for the Big Bear, Rin, Leo, Roman. Oh my god, none of these units. Surin doesn't know. Surin's just debuffs. She doesn't have an extra attack, so no Fairy Tale, no. Hey, did anybody check, off topic, Shooting Star Katie's, does she heal Aki with her her health redistribution? She does, right? She can heal Aki, right? Anyone? Let me know in chat if anybody checked that. I'm curious. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. Nothing here. Nope. Not really. Nope. Debuffer. Nope. Wow. Regular Auden. Nope. Oh my god. Not a lot of pop damage in the world of 4 stars down here, is there? This is regular Amiki. Nobody at me. We're going to wait until the actual specialty changes. Non-specialty changes, I'm just going to put all those up top. We're only going to tier specialty change units. We're not going to tier both versions. Angelic, Montmorency, Arrowell, Azalea, Basque. He gets an extra hit, but no pop damage. Bernard, nope. My god, nobody has. Wait, does Pearl Horizon have any pop damage? Does her S2?
Is it? I thought it was the light one. Is it Pearl Horizon that has it?
I can't remember. The Banshees. The S3, but it sucks. I ain't doing it. I ain't even putting her in MLM. Not worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Nope. Oh, you know what, Ezra? Friggin' everything Ezra does. I'm putting him ahead of New Kid Auden. Everything Ezra does is pop damage related. If you use Ezra, you want pursuit set on him. Flurry, no. Ain't no. There's gonna be somebody like, I do a rocket punch flurry and she cycles so much that I chip people to death while healing my team. Good for you. If she's self-defense buffed, she could be a rocket punch user, but there are no rocket punch users that don't also self-defense buff. Gloomy, no. You know what, Gunther? It's his best in slot. It's if you're going to use Gunther, you're going to use pursuit set. Oh, but wait, it's artifact driven, so we're gonna put him down by Arunca because it is artifact driven. Hassel. Hassel's not artifact driven, right? She's got it built into her kit, right?
It's in her kit.
Yeah,
it's in her kit. So it would be.
I'll put her right here beside Ezra for right now because she's very hard to use. But if If she gets her specially changed, though, she's going to be stupid good.
True. And if we go back into a counterattack meta, let's say Mort falls out of favor, something of that nature, we'll be good.
Fair. Baton, no. Pearl, nope. Not that one.
Is that
that's Holy Flame. Nope, that's fire.
Okay.
Verado, nope. Here she is, Inheritor Amiki. I mean, I can't think of a set that's better than Pursuit on her. She's all, I mean, everything about her kit was enhancing her Uberus damage.
One, Amiki isn't artifact dependent because she has a pop in her S3.
Oh, so even better. Both. Even better. Okay, hear me out. Kiki Rat on Rocket Punch. Huh? You liking what I'm selling?
Imagine Tristen in a pinstripe suit, his hair slicked back with grease, and he has his fingers interlaced, saying, "Hear me out. I will give you this, and you give me
excellent."
Burn the whole kitchen down.
Cure's no good. Clary, Leah doesn't have anything in her kit that pops, right? I don't think so.
No, she just has the thing called explosive ordnance or something.
We're scraping the bottom of the barrel here, guys. Nope. The Great Ortelix. She doesn't have anything, right?
No, she just has an extra attack, from what I read.
The twins. Do the twins do anything that would enhance this in any way, shape, or form? I don't think so, but I'm not that familiar with the twins.
I think they're just both dual attacks. Yeah, they just dual attack with one another. Nope, Rangvalder doesn't do anything, and neither does Pernilla.
Serene Purity Auden. We'll put her right here. This is the blue Auden. Remember in Hall of Trials, you could do that extra pop damage that gave you insanely stupid high scores? Pursuit set would modify that, making your insanely high scores even more insanely high. For those of you sad sacks that actually went back to blue Auden, there you go. Shadow Knight Pillis is a Rocket Punch abuser. I'm going to stick her down the artifact one. I'm putting her left of Solitaria, but right of Solitaria, but left of LRK. Sorry, this is just hurting my brain. There we go. Shepherd Jenna, no real use for her. Christy, no. I think we might be at the end of the line, guys. I'm not seeing anyone else here that gets any advantage from any of these sets. Yep, that's it. The only one we have left that's a big question mark is Monarch Asaria. Chances are she's going to look like this, right? Chances are. But all we have to go by is some hints about what is going on in the story. We don't really know what her kit is. So I'm hesitant to even add her to the list. I'm just going to leave her off to the side until we know more about her.
You know what? What if she's both, Tristen?
Let me kill this tier.
What if, just think about it. For Asaria, what if she's the type of unit that wants to be on Warfare, so you want to proc her S3 immediately, and it deals pop damage, but since every time she uses the sword, she hurts herself, she also takes a percentage of that pop damage that she deals.
Yeah, but it's still all mental masturbation until we see her actual kit.
Let me cook.
You know what? Cookie is right. If we're gonna put Kawana on there, we should put Pearl in there. So there you guys go. This is my tier list on what is good on the new sets. It is best in slot for only 3 units, and then It can be used on 3 more units if you gear around the issues. If you gear around the damage loss for Sirmia, meaning she's not going to heal nearly as much with Golden Rose, and you're going to have to deal with that. You'll probably have to go tankier and put more damage on her to make up for the fact that you're losing damage and you're losing the heal. So it's going to take a cracked warfare set. Laia, you're giving up a ton of speed, so you're going to have to make up for the fact that you've lost the speed. And Fern, you're going to have to accept the fact that you're moving to a cleave only style Fern, that you're not going to be able to go with a riposte slower style Fern. But it can be used. It can be really good, but you have to build around those pitfalls. Whereas the best in slot, there's just no two ways about it. It's just their best sets. Same thing with Pursuit set. Most of the places where I say it can be good, it is because you are giving up something. You're giving up immunity. You're giving up pen. You're giving up torrent. You're taking some L or forcing you into a triple set in order to use it on these. But up top, the sets you're giving up to use Pursuit set pale in comparison to the benefits that you're getting from Pursuit set. So an order of magnitude, not an order of magnitude, but like 5 or 6 times as many units using Pursuit set as using Warfare set. Then we got the artifact tier. These are units that it's only good if you have an artifact on them that procs Pursuit set. And it's sorted from left to right. Your first handful of units are units that are really good with that artifact. The middle is units that are, they can be good, but they probably aren't used that much, or there might be better artifacts. And the units to the right there are probably just better artifacts, but some people out there might want to go ahead and try it. And then we got our special tech MLM tier. This is the tier for people who want to try something unique, who are doing something specific, like a slow Etika Scepter Luna, and they're going, you know what? I'm going to make all the sacrifices. I'm giving up on my damage set on Asaria. I'm giving up on my immunity on Luna. I'm giving up on my damage on Ross, all to do these silly things. I'm giving up on my barrier on Freerin to catch people off guard with Fairy Tale for a Nightmare. If you want to do these things, that's great. At best, it is a very special tech that's only going to work in specific situations under specific conditions, or it's complete MLM and you are trying to convince me that to do something stupid with my account, and I'm not buying it. And then the last tier, these are not units who need Pursuit set. Instead, these are units who will give an effect that will make other Pursuit users reap the benefits. So please don't think this last tier in any way I'm encouraging you to put a Pursuit set on Chloe. What I'm pointing out is that all your Pursuit set users up here will get extra benefit by having Chloe on the team. You'll do the Pursuit set bonus damage from your kit, from your artifact, and from Magic Nail, for example. So these are ones that if you are abusing Pursuit set with your team, you want to keep these chads in the back of your head for ways to enhance your Pursuit damage. But there you go. That's my tier list for the new sets. It could change at any minute, but right now, I'm pretty happy with it, and I really appreciate you, Tsuchikage, for helping me sift through this. That was a lot of units to go through.
Oh, you're most welcome. I'm glad I was able to help.
I know we didn't always agree on everything, but I think pound for pound, we're both pretty on board. You know, you might shift one up or down here and there based on certain conditions, but I still kind of want to pull Hecate down, but I'm willing to give her a try on Pursuit or on a Warfare set. All right, guys, that's it. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And hey, drop me a comment and let me know if Shooting Star Hades heals Aki. I'm very curious about that. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, Epic 7. Did you guys like how I boosted the algorithm by getting people to comment on my video there at the end? For real, does it work? I don't know if it works.
Look, Tristan, no time like the present to try it now.
Is Fern the only unit that uses crit chance stats on Warfare?
No. If you want to build a Lionheart Sirmia on Warfare, she needs crit stats.
Yeah. But yeah, Fern and LHC. Worth, or is the ER2 valuable? What you got here, Cranked? You're not losing much ER, man. It's only 20 ER. I think if it resists it at 185, it resists it at 211. I think there are like windows for ER, right? There's like 0 to 110 is basically not having ER, and then there's like 110 to 150 is your first window, and then there's like 180 to 200. And if you're between that 150 and the 180, you might as well just have 150. You're not resisting the things that can get it. But 180 to 200, that's your next window, or 220, that's your next window of ER. As long as you're inside of one of the windows. Outside of those windows is kind of like this no man's zone where if you can only do 175, you may as well just do 150, build up some other stats, unless you can push it into 180 and get into the next threshold. I know it's a weird way to look at it, but that's always how I've tried to approach ER, as instead of being a upward slanting curve, it's more steps and tiers. Long story short means I think it's fine. And it's still early on, man. You just farm some freaking pursuit sets that have more ER on it, right? Make Cookie jealous.
Well, Tristen, I do actually have to dash. The kid is about to get out of school, so I will see you in chat.
All right, man.
This was fun.
Thanks for being here, and thanks for helping out, brother. You have a good one.
See you.
Is Warfare and Pursuit good on Hecate, both sets on her? If you're using her artifact, then yes. If you're not using her artifact, you didn't get her artifact, then she doesn't need Pursuit at all. She's got no use for it. But if you used her, got her artifact, then hell yeah. Are you Friendship 10, Saria? No, you're very close, though. You're on the Friendship Arty, right? No, why aren't you on the Friendship Arty? Oh my god, I've wasted all these runs. Show growth artifacts. There we go. So Yuna plus Chloe equals bigger damage. Chloe gives magic nail, and then every time Yuna hits, it procs magic nail. If you have Yuna on pursuit set, then the pursuit set will proc off of the damage from magic nail. If you use Yuna on pursuit set and you run Yuna on drink, then Yuna's pursuit set will proc off of drink and magic nail, and you'll get bonus damage from both. Amiki fell off the tier list. She's right here. She fell off the meta. Yeah, I've been pounding Smile Gauge, like, please, please, please put a friendship and an XP boosting artifact in the guild shop. Let people buy them. It's dumb that those aren't accessible anymore. But when are you ever running Yuna? The point is, guys, remember, this isn't a, these units are insane when you put it. These units are meta when you put these sets on. No, it's like these units have use of those sets. It's a best in slot gear for those units, or it's usable on those units. It doesn't mean these units are usable. Nobody's going to argue that it's not going to make Senya better than any other set you could possibly put on Senya. It doesn't make Senya a good unit. So don't get it twisted what this tier list means. This is in no way a build list or recommendation list. It's just that when you're farming, you get a really good warfare piece, and you're like, oh, I wonder who can use this. You can look at the list and go, oh, you know what? I run Laya. Let's give that a try. Man, the repeat is slow on this. Time-gated utility is just divisive new players. 100% agree, Cranked. It's not even time-gated. They didn't even give one out last year. They gave us out like that Bizarro artifact. They was like, oh, I think that artifact will be really good, and then it wasn't. How are people mass farming the new set? They practiced for the new event by doing Smilegate's favorite side dungeon, this, and after they completed this dungeon enough times, then they were able to go in and farm a whole bunch of the sets. Should you keep purple gears from the new sets, or only red? I would keep this purple to speed check. Here, let me show you how I handle this, guys. You go in here to your gear, and you click arrange, and then you click this little gear cog right up here, and it'll say auto select, right? You change this from auto select to simple selection. And then you go in and you check hero and epic boxes. You run hero all the way up to 4 speed. If you're starved for speed gear, like an 18 speed is something that's exciting to you, you could drop it as low as 3. But if an 18 speed doesn't sound exciting to you, kick this up to 4. Okay? And if you are brand spanking new, set this for 24. If you've been playing for about a month, have maybe 150, 200 pieces of gear, set this to 26. And once you get over 500 pieces of gear, set this to 28 and leave it forever. And eventually, when you get to the point where 18 speed is no longer exciting for you, turn this off. Don't mess with and check exclude otherworldly equipment, of course. Don't mess with this middle box. It's bugged and doesn't work right. No matter how many times we tell Smilegate to fix it, they don't. Okay, I'm going to leave this up here, set to 3, just for example. All right, once you've done that, you never have to touch it again. It's set. Now you hit the simple selection button, and boop. It's going to highlight everything that is 28 gear score, whatever you set at, or lower, but it's going to preserve your otherworldly gear, and it's going to preserve anything that's got a speed set on it. You notice this one's 25 gear score. That was below my 28 threshold. It should have highlighted it, but because I told it to preserve things that have 2 or more speed that are red, or preserve things that are 3 or more speed that have purple, it didn't highlight it. So I can go back and speed check it later, and this way you can chase your speed gear and speed check your gear. You notice down here, it didn't get rid of this purple piece that normally it would have. It was only 22 gear score, but it held it back because it's got speed and it was more than 2 because I set it for 3. So it's a potential speed check for me. And then you can safely sell or extract the gear. And now everything that's left on your account is just stuff you care about trying out. And you can go into your purple gear. If it's purple gear, you do 1 roll to speed check it. And if it hits speed, then you move on. If it doesn't hit speed, you tell it to kick rocks, because there's no reason, in my opinion, to roll purple gear unless it is a speed check, unless you are brand spanking new at the game and you have less than 200 pieces of gear and you just need the pieces to get your account kitted out in the first place. Now I'm going to transmit this one to get the cubes out of it, and then I can move on down the list. Background battling brought a new batch in, so let's go ahead and simple select the garbage out and work on what's left. Ooh. Is there a warfare unit that wants ER? Warfare. No. Damn. Oh well, it's a speed check. Since it's red, I double tap speed check. Because even if it misses once, you allow it to miss one. So I double hit speed check. Do we get hit into speed? It hits speed once. I keep going 1 more. It's got to hit speed again. And I'm done. I know it's otherworldly, guys, but nobody uses warfare effect res based on my chart, so I'm tossing it. And that's it, guys. That's how you roll for gear. Yeah, purple can roll 1s. That's why I'm to the point now where I don't bother with purples. I have this turned off, and I don't keep purples at all. Like, ever. Unless it's above 28 gear score, which is rare as hell for purples, I just sell them. But there's some people out there like, you're missing the chance for really high speed. I think 22 or 23. I think 23 is the highest speed can possibly be on purple gear. And that's if everything rolls max. 24, still. That's if everything rolls max. And I'm that guy. I've got that piece. Speed ring, I think it is. Yeah, right here. That was 22, 20, 22. I swear I had a 23 speed or purple. Well, I got a whole bunch of 21s and 22s, right? They do exist. They're just rare as hell. 7-year-old account. I've never gotten a purple above 22 speed. Just isn't worth it to me at this point in the game. But if you're a person that gets excited about 18s and 19s, then for sure, speed check your stuff. Everybody's different in their account progressing. 28 is max purple. Equipment score? Yeah. Yeah, it's rare. I'm talking about the maximum potential speed roll, though. Is there a reason to build ML Surmia? Yes, she's really good and wins fights. You don't like Setsuka, you take ML Surmia and just solo anybody that takes Setsuka into you. She is a hard counter to Setsuka. Ugh, it's a flat ring, but it's a speed check. Yuck. Yeah, one speeder. Why did it let this? What? Oh, I didn't press the button. Ooh, these are awful. This is potentially good, right? Right? Man, look how low it is. Don't you hate these friggin' minimum rolls on otherworldly gear? All into health and speed. All into... Hey, I found a piece for you, Cookie. I'll wait till stream's over to sell it. I don't want to hurt you. Man, the boot drop rate is stupid. Look at this. We've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4 weapons, 1, 2 helmets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 armors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 necks, 5, 6, 7 rings, and I guess it's only 6 boots. Maybe it just feels like we're getting boots way more often. Okay, I take it back, Smilegate. It just felt like it feels like boots. Feels like it's all we get are frickin' boots. Oh, and ask for sell or extract. Whenever you're below 20 million gold, I recommend selling. If you're over 20 million gold, then you should extract. But it all just depends on how many cubes you have and whether or not you want to be able to craft in the future. You got enough resources to be auto-recharging cores? Yeah, probably. I got 500 leaves, I'm good. Oh! That almost sucked big time. Get my daily stuff. Yeah, that almost happened. Caught in 4K. Should do a list for who can use for all sets someday. That's a big tier list, and it's already kind of in game, right? If you're like, oh well, what sets are good on Abyssal Euphine, right? What are the best sets for Abyssal Euphine? You can pull up your Abyssal Euphine, click this little lightning bolt shield and helmet down here, and click View Statistics. It'll pull up a separate screen, unless you're on your phone, then it'll just pull up instantly. And you can see that the majority of people run are on lifesteal with crit immunity and defense. If you want a deeper dive than just what's currently being used in game, you can go to the Fribbles Hero Library. For those of you who want a link to this page, here you go. Now, I discourage you from using this page to figure out what stats you want, because that is a great way to feel bad about your account. Because this is this is sorted by gear score based on people who fribble their accounts, so you get to see what the best of the best have on their accounts. So, just to show you what I mean, I'm gonna do a quick search for Renak. and you hit search, and you can see pretty much everybody is running her on some variant of speed set. And these are the secondary sets. But yeah, there's a 343 speed Renok out there, guys. And a couple of 331s. They do exist. There's some monsters. But like Abyssal Euphine, we can do a search for her. And you get a little more variety. Lifesteal and Destro seem to be the two sets that are used. They only use those two sets on her. Little Queen Charlotte. You can see there's some Destro, there's some speed, there's some triple sets. There's some variants to the triple sets that are out there as well. And you can also see the majority are running Hellcutter on her and a good chunk are running Benny Maru's. And after that, it kind of falls away a little bit. So you can get an idea of what artifacts based on what they're using. And if you say, oh, I want to do this triple set, that looks cool, you can click on it and it will only show you the triple set builds down here. So you can kind of see the stat spreads, the speed ranges. Again, don't try to copy it, but you can get an idea of how people are running it, what their stats, what their speed ranges are, what artifacts they're running based on these sets. And it's a nice little primer to figure out where you should be putting your stuff. You can see across the board, nobody's running any ER, effectiveness, or effect resistance unless it's just leftover stats. So between those two tools, you can get a pretty good idea of what sets to run on the units. I could do a tier list for that, and if you guys think that would be a good one to do, throw me a comment in the tier list video that goes up for this, saying I'd like to see this for every set in the game, and I'll put it together. But you know, it takes a while to do a tier list and put these things together, and I certainly don't waste your time. And I would struggle a lot with some of the units where, for example, I bet she's pretty split, isn't she? Although now that see, well, no, not that split. Like 78% on counter and 15% on Destro. I thought there'd be more Destros out there than that. I blame streamers for this. I blame streamers for their OP counter set versions, making everybody think they're running her on counter, when really she is every bit as good on Destro. She's slightly better on counter, but she's perfectly functional, and a good Destro one is light years ahead of a bad counter one. I'm the Destro type. I was the Destro type for years. It worked great for me. Poor girl, lost all your gear. Gotta put all this, man, my account is in shambles after making that video last night. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to sit up pretty much all evening this evening putting my account back together again. Okay, we got anything exciting over here? Wow, not a single new otherworldly piece. All right, guys, I've got some things to do, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. If you have any questions, shoot them to me in a DM, join the Discord, and let's find somebody to raid you off to. Thanks for being here for the tier list. I appreciate the help and the support. Guys, I'm going to send you over to Mr. Joe 5K. Looks like he's doing RTA. Enjoy watching Joe. Joe works in profanity the way most artists work in oil and canvas. He is a linguistic master when it comes to the F-bomb. So have fun watching him tilt and lose his mind. I will catch you guys in the next one. You guys be safe out there. I just waved and then hit cancel raid. That's kind of embarrassing. This never happened. Bye.